Welcome to a night where fears and laughs take center stage. Huh? How about that fanciness, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about
I think it's like the third or fourth year in a row. Basically the same thing. I just reworded it a little.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This is the All-American Spookshow 2025 Spookshow Awards. Like I said, this is the 5th annual. So we always do these live.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, coming up at the end of October, it'll be our 7th anniversary.
Yeah. Wow.
By the way, if you've been listening or doing anything with us lately, you've noticed that Donnie has not been here. So Donnie decided to join us for this.
Yeah, I did.
And he's right here in Spookshow Studios. First time ever.
Fortunately, you opened the door. And,
You opened it, we came. That's all right. Where our main focus here on the Spook Show is we avoid the Hellraiser series as long as we possibly can.
Donnie, just about to ask.
Donnie, you haven't been here since February. We haven't done any. We haven't done any. So Hellraiser is still waiting on you.
It's taken us, 4 years to cover that?
Easily.
Little does Donnie know this is the Hellraiser part, whatever we're on watch party.
Yeah. Such sights to show you. Yeah, that's a way to get him to quit for good, right?
Yeah, because it's not even Doug Bradley. The next one's not even Doug Bradley. It's the Great Value Pinhead or something.
Yeah, Great Value Pinhead. So yeah, like you see on the bottom there, you see the scroll going by. You'll constantly see the categories and stuff. But yeah, this is essentially what we do here is we go through the last calendar year, pretty much, of the Spook Show, and not just the All American Spook Show podcast, which, by the way, comes out every Monday at 6 p.m. East, wherever you get your podcast, or right here on the YouTube channel. But what the hell was I going to say? I don't know. But we're talking about the whole year's worth of stuff. So, yeah, that's what I was getting at. Not just the stuff we do here on the podcast, but the stuff we do here on YouTube. So the main series that we do every month are Video Vortex, which that's basically we talk about movies from the 80s and 90s that you would have rented at the video stores, VHS classics, stuff like that. Grindhouse Gutter, where essentially we let the Professor Smoke pick the movie, and we talk about B movies from the Grindhouse days, the drive-in theater days, so a little bit of 50s, but mostly 60s, 70s, maybe a little bit of early 80s over on that one. And then we do Hammer Horror in Order, where it's the movies of Hammer films in the chronological order in which they were released. So every month we do I think we've worked our way up to 1965 or 66, somewhere around there. Got another big one coming up in the month of October too, a Christopher Lee classic, Dracula, Prince of Darkness. So we're finally getting around to some good prime Hammer.
That'd be good.
Because we've had a few highs and a few lows this year on all these things, and that's what we're about to go over and talk about here tonight. But essentially, what this is we're going through all those series, everything we do on the Spook Show, throw it all in the bucket, and we hand out the awards. The Spookies is what we call them. Like I said, you see all the categories there. There you see on the screen, there's the logos for the various things that we do. We do on the podcast, we do Cult Corner, we do Cannon Fodder. Now, Cult Corner, essentially what that is cult movies. Basically, the whole premise there is stuff that's non-horror, right? So we try to avoid horror movies for that one, because that's our main bread and butter here on the Spook Show. So Cult Corner, cult movies and like some bigger releases, but just basically non-horror. Cannon Fodder is where we just watch movies that were released by Cannon Films. Not in any kind of order. We spin a wheel, lands on it, that's what we talk about. Obviously, we do horror and the 3 videos that I mentioned there that we do here on YouTube, Grindhouse Gutter and Video Vortex. Oh, and Hammer Horror in Order. So this past year, we had not one, but 2 events. We actually did our first ever winter event. Now, this is the thing that like basically throws Donnie out. Polar Predators pretty much killed it.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I mean, like that pretty much got him to tap out, and he hasn't been back since. So you missed the entire Sasquatch summer, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm super sad about that. You know what? I will. I'll get to a couple of little tidbits about some of those other movies in the Sasquatch summer.
Yeah,
when we get there.
So we're going to be talking about those 2 events. We got the best. Honestly, we probably should have had 2 categories for each one, like best Polar Predators, worst, so on. But there's only so much time in the day. We're not going that deep. Besides, some of these will be addressed in the worst movie category. Trust me. So there's our categories. Like you see them scroll on the bottom of the screen. We got Best Older Horror, which is 1999 and back. All the horror movies that we talked about that came out from 1999 all the way to, silent film. And Best Newer Horror is everything from the year 2000 to today. Anything that we talked about. So those 2 awards. Best Grindhouse Gutter, Best Polar Predators, Best Cult Corner, Best Cannon Fodder. One of Donnie's favorite segments. This is basically for him, really.
Yeah.
The Chookie. It's our in memoriam where we take a minute to remember all the animals that we lost. Tiana, I know you usually shed a few tears.
Yeah.
When we talk about the animals that we lost.
Yep.
Best Hammer Horror and Order. Best Sasquatch Summer. I swear, almost every time I say that, I screw it up. Best New Release We Watched. Now, this is a new category because in years past we did Crapsterpiece Theater. Well, we stopped doing Crapsterpiece last year, so we don't have that category's gone. Because remember, we used to do the Burnt Turd, and we used to do the Golden Bomber, Best and Worst, and now those are gone. It's been replaced with Best New Release that we watched. We actually watched, I think it was 5 new movies this year. So this will kind of be like, what do we think is the best?
A little replacement.
The Kill Count Award, which that's Tiana's, which there is a definitive number, so it's not like a guesswork kind of thing. There's a number, and we'll get to that. The Gore Score Award, if I remember correctly, Smoke, you need to kind of figure this one out. No. I think there's there's 3. I think there's 3 nominees because you gave out 3 10s this year. So we're going to
I guess I just have to. Well, we're going to talk about those 3, or just whittle it down.
We'll debate. Yeah, we'll debate them live here, so you'll have a chance to decide which one you think is the goriest, so to speak. Which I haven't guessed. The Kill Reel video. This is the big one. This is one of the main events of the Spookshow Awards every year. We put all the highlight kills throughout the year on a reel, like about an 8 to 9 minute long piece of video where you get to see all the brutality from throughout the year. Not every kill from every movie, just the highlight kill from every movie, all edited together. So that'll be a fun time here in a little bit. And then right after that, I'll hand out the highlight kill award, which is basically which kill do I think is the best one from the year. Best Video Vortex, the Spook Show Surprise. This is another new category that replaced one of the Crapsterpiece ones. Essentially what this is, and we can talk about it, but I think it's basically what movie that we watched you thought, oh man, this is going to suck. And then it actually surprised you. Like it actually turned out to be pretty good. So we'll do that one. Then we hand out the Spook Show Scream Queen and Scream King awards. And then the 2 biggest categories, the worst movie and the best movie. So those are always fun to do, right? So let's get started. Best older horror movie. Now these are definitive because we've already, throughout the year, we've already debated these. We've already gave out our star ratings and everything. So you go back and you do the math and you line it up. So out of all the ones that we watched from 1999 back, the highest rated movie on the podcast, I should say, the horror movie that we did was The Silence of the Lambs. No surprise there, right? 5 stars.
No, that was we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Well, this was fairly close though, because Psycho almost got 5. It was like over 4.5, 4 3/4 it got. So, but Silence of the Lambs was the only one where we got 5 stars across the board. I believe from everybody. Well, obviously from everybody, but what I meant to say is even from Will, who's rarely here. He did give me some of his ratings too, and I added those in, and this was one of them that got 5 straight across the board. So I don't think there's any argument that right there, Smoke.
Well
right?
Deserved.
Nah.
Next category, best newer horror. So everything we've watched from the past year, horror-wise, that came out from the year 2000 to today. So this is the highest rated one that we did, and the winner is It Follows.
So I do remember seeing this in theaters when it came out, but as far as I wasn't. I wasn't here when you guys watched it for the show.
And it hasn't been that long ago. Like we just did it like within the last month or so, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
it's original.
Oh yeah.
It's,
I mean, I liked it back then. It wasn't that long ago either.
It came out like 2015, right? Tiana, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
2014,
Dang,
2015.
Yeah.
So it's already been 10 or 11 years
Jeez.
since it came out.
I know that even that feels weird. It doesn't feel like it's been
right.
that long.
Where did time go?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I think it's well deserved. And there were a couple that were fairly close from this past year, but I think this one pretty much, took it fairly easily. So It Follows with 3.69. Might as well call it 3.7 out of 5 stars. So we highly recommend you check that out. Best Grindhouse Gutter. Now, this one was. I can't remember what the list was.
I got it.
Hold on, I was just trying to see if there was some kind of debate here because Smoke, this is yours. There is.
Well, I thought there was a tie or something, right?
There is, yeah. We got a tie. So this is up to you, Smoke, because Grindhouse Gutter is your baby. So I'm going to give you the 2 possibilities, and then you're going to have to choose which one takes home the best Grindhouse Gutter. All right.
All right.
Those 2 are Pieces from 1982, I believe it was, and then the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. 2 completely different types of movies.
Yeah, in retrospect, maybe once we get down to the next year, when we get to this point next year, maybe we should break it down. If we have enough different genres, we could do 2 ways. We could break it down by genre, what's the best in each of those categories, and then overall, maybe what's best.
Yeah, you could do something.
Because this is hard. It's hard because I love kung fu movies and I love horror movies, and I think both of these obviously I gave high ratings to. So, so it'll be which one? I mean, it's probably going to be. I'm going to go with Pieces.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Pieces. Only because like I said, it's hard to choose because you got 2 totally different things here that are equally good in different ways.
That might
be. So maybe next year we'll break it down by category and do the best of each category.
That might be the only award that Pieces has ever won.
I remember when we were doing Grindhouse Gutter. There was like a period of I want to say maybe 5 or 6 episodes where we didn't really have. We may have only done like 1 or 2 kung fu movies, and
yeah. You know what happens sometimes. Sometimes we would get into the specialties for that. Like the Sasquatch one was going to pretty much be all horror movies for the Grindhouse because we were in that particular season or whatever, specialty shows that we do. But yeah, I'm going to try and like go, genre by genre until we get to one of those specialty things that maybe only require horror. But I'll try and mix it up more we need to get some more exploitation, kung fu, and all that in there.
I mean, kind of like everything that we do, it always kind of skews horror,
Yeah.
But out of the, what was it? How many nominees were there on that? Grindhouse Gutter had 12 nominees, so we did 12 episodes in the past calendar year, obviously once a month.
Yeah.
Those were from, if you're looking for them, Grindhouse Gutter number 28 through 39. So out of those that we did just in the past year, I see horror, kung fu, horror, exploitation, one Western, that one random Western that we did, The Great Silence. Dude, that movie's messed up. I think you weren't there for that. No, dude, that movie's messed up. Another exploitation, horror, one action movie, Violent City, and that was the last one that we did. So, yeah, it has definitely skewed horror over the last year there at Grindhouse Gutter.
Did we have 2 specialty things this year? I know we had Sasquatch Summer, but what did we have?
Yeah, Polar Predator.
Polar Predator. Okay, so also that's definitely the reason why most of them are skewed horror. I think it's because
we had the abominable snowman came and dragged Donnie away.
Yeah,
right.
So he never got to meet the Sasquatches from this past summer.
Oh yeah, we're not doing that again.
Yeah,
it's not.
Oh, we've already talked about Son of Sasquatch Summer coming out. No, dude. There is enough movies to do it, but no.
Yeah. One thing we discovered by doing all that was that there are very few actually good.
Yeah, there's some.
I mean, some people would argue that fact, but there are very few really good Sasquatch movies or Yeti movies.
If you're here, I want to meet the person. Go ahead and comment why you love Sasquatch movies so much. Next up, speaking of which, our first ever winter event. Polar Predator. So this is the best Polar Predators movie. Now this is based on just solely on our ratings, just like the other thing, earlier nominees. So that being said, it's, to me, fairly easy one. The Abominable Snowman. What was that? 1957, the Hammer movie.
Yeah.
Or the Abominable Snowman of the Himalayas. I think that was the UK title. But
was that in the last year?
Yeah. Well, we did that. We did it on Hammer Horror Order a while back.
Right. Yeah.
And then we turned around and watched it again for Polar Predators.
Yeah, I was thinking that was 2 years.
Oh, you were still with us here. It was when the other Yetis came down off the mountain that drug you away.
Yeah.
You were still with us here, though. 2.8 out of 5 stars. So great flick. Go check it out if you haven't. And we've talked about it twice now, so that tells you how much.
Yeah.
Next category, Best Cult Corner. And I think this is one of our favorite things that we do. It's one of my favorite things because it kind of breaks the monotony of the horror movies, because we all love horror movies, obviously, but sometimes you need something else, right? So Cult Corner is a place for us to get something else. This is more definitive, though. Highest rated one is Scarface. This is another one that was 5 stars across the board. Nobody's arguing, right?
Good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This doesn't really have much to do with the movie, but I remember the Scarface video game for like PlayStation or whatever it was. God, that game is awesome. It's dated. It's dated.
I'm sure now,
yeah. Now it is, but yeah, still that game.
Like that Warriors game that came out on PS2. Yeah,
that's still awesome.
Yeah,
anyway, that's it.
Yeah, that's all I had. Scarface. No arguments, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Great movie, great soundtrack, all the way across the board.
Next category. Oh, another one of my favorites. Actually, I should say I like the idea of this. How about that? The concept of cannon fodder is chef's kiss. Then the pesky movies get in the way, for the most part. Especially over the last year. It has been bad.
Yeah, so, and for people that don't know, we put them on a wheel to choose those, right? So we don't choose them because if we did, they'd all be good cannon movies.
Yeah, well, we have.
And then we'd be stuck with a horde of terrible ones at the end.
Josh would always choose the Frog Prince.
Yeah, I'd choose all the canon movie tales. Isn't that what it's called? Those fairy tales? God almighty.
Yeah, how many of those? We've done 2 of those, right?
I think there's 6 or 7.
The Frog Prince and something else on them.
They're still on the wheel. But yeah, we have almost 150, 200 movies on that wheel. So sometimes you're going to get over the top, and then other times you're going to get Emmanuel 4. That's the luck of the draw with cannon fodder.
Oh, man.
But there was a very, very, very definitive winner this year because it was a bad pool. A bad pool. And it was the latest cannon fodder that we just did, and that was Revenge of the Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
5 cannonballs across the board. Now, Donnie, you didn't watch this one, but, dude, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
This one's awesome. The other movies we watched this year, not so much. It was bad. It was real bad. I can't overstate this enough, how bad it was this year. How many nominees did we have? Keep losing the list. Where was it? Where did it go? 7. We had 7 cannon fodder movies this past year. And, dude, none of them cracked like maybe 2 cannonballs other than that one. So 5 cannonballs.
And that's with our skewed canon rating. You skew the canon rating higher than what your normal movie rating would be. Some of those were even lower than 2.
You're grading on a normal scale. Yeah, this ain't getting 5 stars. But for canon, yeah, this is.
Well, for me, I probably would rate Revenge of the Ninja 5 stars. But I'm talking about the other movies that we did that we gave 2 cannonballs to. That's skewed towards canon, so you can imagine what those would be on a normal, scale that we would have. Half a star, 1 star, maybe. Some of those. Some of the previous ones we did this year.
I was trying to bring up the list of canon movies because it's so bad. I think it's worth mentioning all these god awful movies. So in the last year, Journey to the Center of the Earth. That one was palatable.
I remember that.
Yeah, you were still.
Donnie was with us with that. When you were talking about the movies that you would say, oh, what are surprising movies that you like this year? Well, when we first watched that, I would not put this in that category. But after watching on Canon some of the other shit we watched, that movie is like a masterpiece compared to some of the other Canon movies we watched.
And then we went on a 5-movie crap streak. The Emperor's New Clothes, The Secret of the Ice Cave, Down Twisted, Hannah's War, and America 3000.
Man,
yeah, it was bad.
The Wheel was cruel. It was like the Wheel on Conan the Barbarian. It was that kind of wheel.
It's been bad. Oh wait a minute, we've got a comment here. What's this one here? Never heard of a Sasquatch movie. Come join us. We have sights to show you. So no input for me, but I have been to Marionville, Pennsylvania. Does that count? Ha. So yeah, you need to go watch some more Sasquatch movies.
No,
I recommend Night of the Demon.
No.
yeah.
You know what? I will say this about Sasquatch movies. I remember watching Harry and the Hendersons. I was probably about 8. I cried like a baby when they took Harry back to the woods. I did, man. I remember it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna say about Sasquatch Summer. It basically made me cry.
Well, if you had been there, you would have been crying too. But it wouldn't have been because you were sad about Harry. Harry made us happy.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the other crap. We cried because we had to watch some of that other stuff.
Boggy Creek.
Yeah, God. Boggy, not the Legend of Boggy, but Boggy. Yeah, God almighty.
2010.
Yeah, you'll see some more of that here in a minute. Next category. Oh God, here it is. It's time. The Chukey in memoriam. Now you see this on the screen there. You'd be like, the Chukey? What is that? Well, it's that dog. It's that dog you see on the screen right there.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know why we landed on that, other than because that dog didn't even die.
No,
it didn't die.
So
it was from the movie Blood.
You have to explain what the Chukey is. So basically, the Chukey is it's named after this dog in Bloodbeat.
Yep.
It was named Chukey.
That you can see there. That's literally about the only scene it's in right there. And this guy here, look at the guy. He loves Chukey.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's just in memoriam of all the animals that have died in all of the movies, not just horror, but all of the movies that we've done way back.
I'm not gonna say that this is a definitive list, but it's pretty close, okay? Because there's probably some that I left out or you know skip whatever, right? But fairly definitive list. The frogs that were dissected in the movie The Black Phone. Remember, there's a frog dissection. The girl in the school, yeah. So the frogs there. The rat that was frozen in liquid nitrogen by Art the Clown in Terrifier 3. Remember that? Poor rat. Let's see. 101 giant ants that were killed in the movie Them, which is about killer giant ants. Yep. So, you know, we have to acknowledge them now. I mean, they still are God's creatures, right? Titus the dog who's stabbed in the movie Christie. Honestly, when I was going through these, I'd even forgotten we did the movie Christie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing it.
I was like, oh yeah, there was. So I think that there, surprisingly, Donnie, there weren't that many dogs that bit it this year. It was other. I mean, there are some more, but there were mostly various other animals like frogs and other stuff. Nearly 500 gremlins were murdered in the movie Gremlins. Most of those were in that movie theater, right?
That's true. Yeah.
All the Muppets, or whatever you want to call those things, and Meet the Feebles. I can't think of any in particular.
No.
But there were a number of them that got off and Meet the Feebles.
Sorry, I was having technical difficulties, so I heard Meet the Feebles when I came back on.
Yeah,
so we're talking about animal deaths, right?
All the animals that we lost and all the quote unquote Muppets. I don't know what you call those puppets, whatever, and Meet the Feebles, the ones that died. We put them there.
Yeah, the little ones that got rolled over and whatnot.
One of the movies that killed Donnie out of the show, Snow Monster. Remember the giant ice sharks?
I do remember. Holy shit.
Yeah, they made the list. In Bone Tomahawk, which is just at least in certain scenes, an extremely brutal movie. Not the whole thing, but in certain scenes, brutal. There's a dog and at least a horse that are shot in Bone Tomahawk. So rest in peace, dog and horse. The lab cat that gets mangled in the bean. I don't know what that is. What is that noise?
That's smoke.
Oh, smoke. You get some kind of weird noise going on. The lab cat that gets mangled in the being. 2 rabbits are killed in Friday the 13th Part 3. In the movie 28 Years Later, there's a deer with his head torn off. Now, if I recall, I don't think you see it happen, but there's like a deer. I think it's just a head hanging off a tree, right? But it's still got like its spinal column or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty brutal. All the taxidermied animals Harry and the Hendersons. Remember, that's what makes Harry upset. All the taxidermy. Remember, he gets mad when he sees the deer on the wall. Yeah. Rest in peace. Many birds that die in The Birds. There's really no way of putting a number on that. There's a ton of them in The Birds. Last but not least, there's got to be something in Cry Wilderness. I'm just taking a stab. I don't know if anything died, but something had to have died in Cry Wilderness. All that stock footage that they use in the movie. So either one of those things died in real life, because God knows what kind of conditions were on the set of that movie. So there you go. That's the in memoriam of all the animals that we've lost this past year on the Spook Show and other various Spook Show properties. Next up, Best Hammer Horror in Order. Now, like I said off the top, what Hammer Horror in Order is, we here on the YouTube channel, we watch the Hammer films, movies in the chronological order that they were released. So this past year, we have 13. We actually have 13 nominees from this past calendar year. This one, I guess, in a way, needs to kind of be discussed, because we have 2 nominees that had the same exact rating. And we don't give out stars on Hammer Horror in Order. No, we give out hammers. And these 2 movies had the same hammer rating. 3.25 hammers for The Gorgon and The Nanny, which I think The Nanny was the latest one that we watched. So, Donnie, I don't think you watched either one of these. Definitely not The Nanny. But
I'm going to bow out on
this one. So, I guess, Tiana, what do you think? Between these 2, The Gorgon or The Nanny?
I like them both, but I might have to go with The Nanny.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
It is whacked out.
It might not be straight up horror, but yeah, it's disturbing.
Yeah, The Gorgon is more traditional horror, right? Kind of more monster horror kind of thing. The Nanny's more of a thriller for sure. But Smoke, what do you have 2 cents here on in between The Gorgon or The Nanny?
First off, is sorry to do this in a live show, but because I had technical difficulties. But is the microphone sounding better?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good now. Okay.
Yep.
I don't. They're both good movies that as we of course rated them and just mentioned, but I don't know, because of the classic horrorness of The Gorgon. Even though The Gorgon's never been used in classic horror like this, it's usually something like Clash of the Titans or whatnot, Greek mythology and whatnot. But I don't know, I might give it the edge personally to The Gorgon just because of that classic monster. Well, how about this? An original use of The Gorgon in a horror movie that hadn't really been done before.
Yeah. Like, as much as I like The Nanny, I think I'd have to go with The Gorgon, because I'm more likely to watch that again, because I think The Nanny is one of those, like, once you've seen it kind of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, once you've seen the twist, so to speak, like, you're probably, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to see it again, but it's a really good movie, and it's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of disturbing little moments in that movie for sure, but yeah, I think both these we did it right. These were 2 excellent movies, but I think I'm going to have to lean with The Gorgon, so I guess we'll go with that. The Spooky goes to The Gorgon for Best Hammer Horror in Order. Next up, Donnie, here you go. The one, once again, another category that you're completely left out of.
I'm not sad.
Best Sasquatch Summer. Best Sasquatch Summer movie. And this one, this is not definitive either. There needs to be a little bit of a discussion, because there's 2 movies that had the same rating. And those 2 movies are Night of the Demon and Creature from Black Lake. We gave them both 2.92, so 2.9 out of 5 stars. So, Tiana, what do you think between these 2, Night of the Demon and Creature from Black Lake? It's tough. This is tough.
I know the Black Lake one is, old school and that's 70s. Yeah. But I gotta go with Night of the Demon, because it's just so entertaining and over the top.
It's nuts. the sadistic Bigfoot. Dude, if there's any of these movies from Sasquatch Summer you need to watch, I think it's that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with you, Tiana. I'm gonna go Night of the Demon, and I like Creature from Black Lake, but that movie is nuts. Smoke, what do you say?
No, I think I'm gonna go. Oh well, I think I chose. Was it Night of the Demon the first choice? I think I had that one off the top.
Yeah, I think
somewhere near the beginning is Sasquatch Summer.
Yeah.
So, and I've already mentioned it once in this show. I think I don't even remember what we're talking about, but we had a live comment, and I said I recommended Night of the Demon. So that was probably a hint in what direction I'm going to go with this. Even though Creature from Black Lake is, if you want a movie that's actually better scripted, it's probably more enjoyable for your average person watching it, you're probably going to go with Creature from Black Lake. But if you just want some batshit crazy Bigfoot movie with lots of gore, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but but has its heart in the right place and just has tons of splatter. Well, maybe not tons, but it's got enough to keep you entertained for sure. I would go with Night of the Demon.
Yeah, and wait until you see the highlight kill.
Can we even show that on? I guess we'll find out if we can show it.
No, we're showing an edited version of it, but you'll get the gist. You'll get the gist. That's good. Yeah, so there we go. We'll give the spooky to Night of the Demon just for its insanity factor.
And there's so many highlight kills. Yeah, there's one that anybody watching it will be like, holy shit, that's got to be the highlight kill. But there are so many other good ones in here too. There's a sleeping bag kill, and there's the gut slinging, Bigfoot slinging guts over his head.
I forgot about the sleeping bag. He just moves.
Just tosses it like through the air impaled onto a stick or whatever. Yeah,
go check that out. All right, next category: best new release movie that we watched. So this is another one that needs to kind of be discussed a little bit because we have five different nominees there. So we've got Terrifier 3. Now these are movies that we watched like pretty much as soon as they came out. That's kind of the criteria here. So we got Terrifier 3. We gave that 3.5 stars. 28 years later, we gave that 3.4 stars. Okay. Final Destination Bloodlines, we gave that 3.3 stars. The Conjuring Last Rites, we gave that 3.1 stars. And Found Footage, The Making of the Patterson Project, we gave that one 2.5 stars. So I think all this past year, as far as the new stuff that we watched, they were all pretty quality movies. And, either all the way down to Found Footage, I think we enjoyed it enough for what it was, right? So
I've only seen two.
Which ones did you see, Don?
I saw Terrifier and Final Destination.
Okay.
So I think.
So where are you going to lean?
I'm going Terrifier.
Tiana?
I know with me, it's like Terrifier 3 and Final Destination. That's like a tie.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. I'll probably go with Terrifier 3 too, because Art Plan.
Smoke, what do you say?
I'm gonna lean also into Terrifier 3, I believe, for this one. Plus, that was the better experience because I think we were all together on that one. That was our spook show. We all saw it in the theater together, so that was cool.
And Will was there.
Yeah, we even had Will for that one. Yes, we had all five of us together in the theater for that one. Yeah, even if I just saw it by myself, I think I'd feel the same way. It's Terrifier 3. But not by a mile, because I really did enjoy 28 Years Later and Final Destination Bloodlines. Both those are really good. And even The Conjuring Last Rites was, I think, the best one from the Conjuring universe we've had in a while. So, they're all great movies, and and Found Footage is just, the end of that movie is, what is going on? So yeah, I think Terrifier 3. So I think that's a pretty good one to go with. So that's what we'll hand the spooky to is Terrifier 3 for best new release that we watched. The Kill Count Award. Now, Tiana, this is your baby. This is the one that you get to do every episode. You took over the duties from Will a couple years ago when he kind of started to bow out because he was doing it for a while there. So now you're doing it. So I'm not going to ask you what it is because I already have the definitive number, and it's pretty much a landslide.
Final Destination.
Yep, the first Final Destination, believe it or not, had 292 deaths in it. And you're thinking like, man, there was that many people that got killed. Well, there's a plane explosion.
Yeah.
So that's probably like 200 and something of them right there, right? So that's most of them.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit of a cheap kill count thing, but it counts nonetheless. Because I don't even think there was another one in the past year that went over 100. If I'm not mistaken, I can give it the quick glance. But yeah, I think that it well deserves it. The closest ones were them, believe it or not, them from 1954 had 50 deaths. Snow Monster had 24 plus. Is kind of what you landed on with that one, Tiana. The Blob, once again, another one from 1950s. 1958 it had 35 deaths. Once again, there was another theater explosion there. So yeah, those are the highest ones. So it by a landslide, Final Destination takes home the spooky. Next category. What else? Oh, Gore Score Award. So Smoke, this is yours, and you have a 3-way tie. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the 3 movies are Terrifier 3. You gave that a 10x. Christmas Cruelty, one of Donnie's favorites. You gave that a 10x. And then Final Destination Bloodlines, you gave a 10. So it doesn't have the X, but it got a 10. So
yeah,
of those 3, what are you thinking? Gore Score Award. What takes home the spooky?
Well, just we came up with that X. I guess this year. I think maybe it was, or maybe last year. Maybe we just found one, but
no, I think we officially started it with Terrifier 3.
Terrifier. Well, that's a good movie to start it with. Well, in retrospect, there's probably a few other ones that could have got it, but the only reason, the background on that we even, the only reason we came up with that is just to differentiate between your sort of your fun, good-natured splatter movies. Even think like Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2 or all the Evil Dead franchise, pretty much. Maybe except for the new ones. The new ones are a bit more go down a bit more serious path and cut the comedy kind of stuff. So your movies that are kind of splattery and fun could get a 10, but you could have fun with those, right? Some of the other ones cross over into that. Now, Terrifier movies have that humor as well, dark humor or whatever, but they kind of cross over into some a bit more mean-spirited gore, you might say. The first movie is the hacksaw down the middle of the girl, and then Terrifier 2 and 3 both have all their scenes in there, that some fun splatter scenes, some disturbing ones, and so also movies like Cannibal Holocaust or Cannibal Ferox or any number of those types of movies would be something that would get a 10x. So you're talking about X for extreme gore, so above and beyond. So right there, I'm going to just disqualify the Final Destination one because it got the 10, it didn't get the 10x.
Yep.
So we'll go between Terrifier and Christmas Cruelty. Well, I'm going to go with Terrifier because Christmas Cruelty is what it is. I'm kind of probably biased based on how much I like the movie versus one or the other.
That movie is Christmas.
Although I think there is more gore overall.
It's cruelty on many different levels. Like, it's cruelty for the gore. It's cruelty because the movie sucks. Like, it's just not good. But the gore is crazy. So I mean, you got to give it that. But like, it is.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah.
Bad. There is no redeeming.
Yeah, it is.
Very little. Very little.
At all.
Yeah, and also I think there's still, even though you could probably go with, if you're rating which one has the most disturbing overall tone and gore. I mean, maybe you would go with Christmas Cruelty, but I still think Terrifier has more abundance of gore because Christmas Cruelty has it in certain scenes here and there, spread out. Terrifier 3 is just a bloodbath throughout most of it.
Yeah, and I've still only seen Terrifier 3 the one time, when we all went to the theater, so I haven't watched it again yet. But it seems in my mind Terrifier 2 was even gorier to me. In my mind, I'm thinking 2 had more blood than 3, but
it could be. I would have to watch 2 and 3 again, really, and we haven't seen Part 3 again either since that. Part 2 I've seen a couple of times. I think we've seen that a few times, or at least twice.
So far, Art the Clown is mopping up. Surprise, surprise. He ain't done with us tonight. He ain't done with us. The kill reel. All right, so
this is probably my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, well, this is the highlight every year for sure.
And I don't know if you Smoke or Tiana, I don't know if you guys have already seen the kill reel or if we're all just gonna watch this together for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the only one because I had to put it together. So I'm the only one that has witnessed this, the brutality that you're about to witness. So it's a fair warning now. If you're watching this and you're squeamish, you might want to go walk away for the next 8 to 10 minutes because this is going to get pretty brutal here. All right, but that's what we do here on the Spook Show. That's what we do. All right. So without further ado, let me bring it up.
Let's see if we can get YouTube to kill our live feed.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're listening, so don't ignore what he said. All right, here we go.
Hey, you want to know the story about how I found you, man? Hey, no, don't worry about it. We can talk about this.
You see it? Yeah, we're not showing that. Old Buffalo Bill. The black and white. The Wilhelm. The Wilhelm story. It just goes on for 5 minutes.
This thing drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah, we're not showing that either.
Oh man.
Just go watch it.
No.
The baby death
I
thing,
know.
don't watch it. Well, yeah, don't watch it, but I'm not gonna show it here.
It's for the cause.
I did everything that I was supposed to.
The only good part of that movie. That one was edited a little bit. A little.
光头，干嘛呢你？别撞山动鬼啊！
Monster. But he dies for like 5 minutes.
Takes him 5 minutes.
Oh, this one was good. Best part of that movie. It's like by the way, I had to edit this a little bit. You're not seeing the whole scene. You're seeing enough of it. That's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Brutal.
I'm moving on, Carter. And if you want to waste your life beating the shit out of Alex every time you see him, then you can just drop fucking dead.
Cha-ching. Yeah, I just couldn't find that scene. We're trying to have sex with a mountain lion.
As one does when you're Sasquatch.
Yeah, of course. That's rough. Anyway, put Nathan. Movie was terrible. Augie Creek.
Next morning, they would discover their dead kitten. Completely apart. Apparently, she
Is that on the Yuki?
was scared to death.
You know what? It wasn't. I forgot that one somehow. Yeah, I couldn't find a clip of that. Toward the end of that movie. You just have to take my word for it.
Dad, I'm sorry I can be such a shit to you sometimes. I don't know why I do that. Just know that I love you, okay? I just really love you both.
There you go. That was this year's kill word. See you next year. Well, there you go.
Awesome.
So what do you think, Donnie? A lot of that, big chunk of that, I should say, you missed.
Yeah. I did miss quite a bit of it.
You see Smoke? Did you see the Night of the Demon?
Yeah, I did.
Like
That's about as much as you can show of that scene, and
Yeah. That was heavily edited. Heavily edited.
Now we are, even though that says see you next year, we are not done.
No. That's just for the kill reel.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year. But the next category is the Highlight Kill Award. So out of all the ones that you just saw, it's one of the ones that you did not see. And that is the shower scene from Terrifier 3.
Rough.
It is brutal. Tiana, I think you said during that episode that it was payback for the first Terrifier, right?
Yeah.
Where he's got the woman upside down, and then he just hacks her, right? Like down the middle.
Yeah, with the saw.
Yeah.
Hand saw.
So you get something similar to that, except this is a guy this time.
Yeah.
It is brutal. So much so that, like I said, we don't want to get kicked off the internet. So I'm not showing it. I couldn't easily find a clip of it, without like downloading the movie or something like that. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think it's even on YouTube anywhere. So Somebody could prove me wrong, but I don't think it's out there. But yeah, Terrifier 3, Art the Clown with the shower scene. That's all you need to know. Go check it out. Next category, Best Video Vortex. Like I said off the top, what Video Vortex is we talk about stuff you would have rented at, VHS back in the mom and pop video days, whatever, back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm trying to think if this was for debate or not. No, there's no debate here. There's a definitive winner here for this one, and it is The Brain. I think it was 1988. It got a Vortex rating of 8.
Yeah.
Were you there for that one?
No,
you missed that one.
I missed this one. No.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I think it was by far
Yeah.
the highest rated one we did on Video Vortex, and we watched a couple of good ones this year, but there's been a few stinkers too. So it's about like cannon fodder, where there's like 2 or 3 really good ones, and then the rest. So it's kind of a down year a little bit, but there's always room to rebound next year for on Video Vortex. So next category, this one just needs to be up for discussion. It's the Spook Show Surprise. So really, like, I don't have a list or anything. Just think of something that we watched over the past year that kind of like, oh man, that's not going to be good, but we watched it and you ended up enjoying it. For me, the one I've lost it on the. I would say Bone Tomahawk. I wasn't necessarily looking forward to that, but yeah, it was surprising. At least the ending.
Yeah.
Or the end of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the list.
I mean, I can just name some off. We got the Black Phone, Terrifier 3, Saw, The Silence of the Lambs. These are all the horror movies that we watched. Them, Christie, Gremlins, Christmas Cruelty, Black Christmas, The Abominable Snowman, Abominable.
Yeah, mine's probably that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was about to say no, but like that one right there.
Abominable with the what year was that though?
That particular one was 2006.
6? Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2000. That one
that
was
one
good.
surprised me a lot. I'd watch that again.
Yeah, that one was kind of surprisingly good. Because we watched Snow Monster, that sucked. Night of the Howling Beast, it is what it is. Abominable from 2020, that movie sucked. That might have been around the time where you're like, that's it, I quit. You just gave up.
Probably.
Because that was bad. Because then once we got out of the Polar Predators, then we got back to normal stuff. We watched Psycho, Bone Tomahawk, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Deadstream, The Beam, The Blob, Final Destination, the first one, then the new one, Final Destination Bloodlines, Night of the Demon, Friday the 13th, Part 3, nothing surprising there. Sasquatch Sunset, that one was kind of surprising.
I was going to say, that was mine. Even though Abominable, yes, it's great. It's a great movie. I kind of expected to kind of like that one. It was just one I hadn't got to because of people that were behind that one. I kind of thought maybe I would like this one, but Sasquatch Sunset for me was a total surprise. I expected to think it was just absolute garbage before watching it, and yeah, surprising. I would recommend that one for people who do like Sasquatch movies, but like me, don't think there's a whole lot of great ones out there. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece, but I mean it is
a little quirky, but it's pretty good. 28 years later, Creature from Black Lake, Boggy Creek. The Legend of Boggy Creek, found footage, the making of the Patterson Project. That one was kind of surprising in that, like, I didn't really know what to expect, and it turned out to be something different than I expected it to be.
So yeah, I'm gonna bow out of this one. There's been so many of these movies that I just have not seen. So
yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna bow out.
You missed all the Sasquatch Summer and then some of that stuff in between there. No, but The Birds, It Follows, and then The Conjuring Last, right? So are we kind of thinking Abominable or Sasquatch Sunset?
Yeah.
I think we can all kind of agree on Abominable, right?
Either one of those, that Abominable's fine for me too. I'll go with that one as
I think we'll hand the spooky to that, because that one I think kind of caught us all like, wow, that was better than I thought it would be. So not that it's a masterpiece or anything, but it was pretty good.
No.
I think,
and like I said, that Sasquatch Sunset,
same thing.
I put that category too, but if I were to put those two movies up against each other, it would be Abominable.
Yeah, so we'll hand it to Abominable from 2006. Not that god-awful 2021, but 2006. Next category, the Spook Show Screen King. Now, usually this is based in, like, what do we normally do here, Donnie?
Typically what we do is we would take the the highest rated. I'm sorry, not the highest rated. We would take the
most
actor,
appearances.
Yeah, like the actor or
actress,
actress that has the most appearances in the movies. Basically, our year from was it November to whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's basically this past year's like October to September.
Okay, so
that's usually our calendar.
in that wheelhouse type thing. So yeah, we would whatever actor or actress would appear in the most movies that we've done, and they would be the Spook Show Scream King or Scream Queen. But this year was different probably because of Polar Predators and Sasquatch Summer, we just didn't have the repetitive cast. So yeah, we didn't run into it.
It really screwed everything up.
Yeah,
the Sasquatches and Yetis really screwed.
Yeah, so we had to pivot.
Yeah, so we basically just kind of decided on like what makes the most sense, and for the Scream King, we landed on Hannibal Lecter himself. Anthony Hopkins. Basically, this is the highest rated movie that we did.
Yeah,
5 stars.
And that's a pretty good outlier of like that's how we kind of had to pivot.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Throughout the history, that normally it was decided by like you said, kind of like who made the most appearances. So we didn't have that many. Yeah. We had to do it a different way. But
also using that same logic, you would think, oh well, if Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lambs wins Scream King, then Scream Queen would obviously be Jodie Foster. Mm-hmm. But Jodie Foster is, she's not really Scream.
So we went a little different with the Queen. Yeah. But before I list or talk about that, past Scream Kings are Dick Miller, remember from Chopping Mall, and trying to think of who won the second one. Where's he at? Should have had this all together. There it is, Doug Bradley.
Yeah.
So Dick Miller, Doug Bradley. Back a couple years ago, the third Scream King was Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
How fitting is that? That particular year, we did 3 Bruce Campbell movies. And then last year, the Scream King was, where'd he go? There he is.
It was actually 2.
Yeah, it was a tie between Dwight Fry and Edward Van Sloan because both of them were in the same movies, basically. So we gave it to both of them. So Anthony Hopkins joins those guys. And then the Scream Queen is, now for a slightly different reason, like you said, we couldn't quite go Jodie Foster. So we went with Vera Farmiga. And this is, to me, this is more of a cumulative, career award kind of thing. We've watched every single Conjuring movie except for The Nun 2. The only one we haven't watched. And the fact that supposedly, right, Tiana, they're done with this, the Warrens, right?
Phase 1.
Yeah, phase 1 of the Conjuring universe. So that means there'll be more, Donnie. Probably, at some point. With the money this one made, there'll be more. And I think there's going to be a show or whatever. But anyways, up to this point, that's it. So that might be it for her. So we figured it's a good moment to just go ahead and give the Scream Queen Award to Vera Farmiga, because she's been awesome in it. And all of the Conjuring movies and some other stuff that she's been in over the years. So
it's time.
Well, I believe she joins past winners like Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Yeah.
I know her for a fact. That was Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace, yeah.
Ashley Lawrence from the first 3.
Yeah, because
3 or 4 Hellraisers, whatever it was. There's a couple others, but yeah. So good lineage there. Vera Farmiga, Scream Queen. All right, now we get down to the nitty gritty, the big ones. This is one of my favorites. Worst movie. I love this one because this is shit. It's garbage.
Yeah. Well,
that's the thing. We have to decide what the stinkiest garbage was. There are, I lost the page. How many nominees do we have here? At least 10. We have 10 nominees. So you can see them. They're all on the screen there. From Cannon Fodder, the worst cannon fodder that we watched, The Secret of the Ice Cave. 0.3 cannonballs. That's out of 5.
That's rough.
From Grindhouse Gutter, Smoke, Curse of Bigfoot. from 1975.
Oh, God.
You gave that half a cleaver. I think that's the worst Grindhouse movie rating you've ever given out.
Yeah, that's one that I had not, like obviously we were in the Sasquatch summer, and that was one I'd never even seen before, and we just kind of like there was a couple of other maybe choices that we could have went with, but God, terrible.
Notice how many Sasquatch Summer and Polar Predators movies are on this list, including Boggy Creek from 2010, half a star. Black Christmas, Smoke, that was one of your favorites we've ever watched, I think. From 2019, The Black Christmas, 0.8 stars. And that's being generous. Video Vortex. The worst Video Vortex was Stuck on You, the Trauma movie. That's right. Trauma. Rear its ugly head again this year. Traumatic experience. From 1983, we gave that a 1. And I think, if I recall, that might be the lowest rating we've ever done on Video Vortex. It's bad. Speaking of bad,
Terrible.
Christmas Cruelty. We gave that 1.06 stars.
Yeah, just because it was a 10X does Gore score does not mean it was a good movie.
Yeah, no,
it sucked.
The worst cult corner movie that we watched, Cry Wilderness, 1987, 1.808 stars. Another Polar Predators movie, Snow Monster, 2019. The only thing good about that was gore. Oh no, there wasn't even gore. Now I'm thinking of Abominable from 2020. No, Snow Monster sucked. There's no redeeming quality. Very little redeeming quality. But I got the same score as Abominable from 2020, 1.13 out of 5 stars. And then the worst Hammer movie that we watched, which, it's kind
of skewed.
Yeah, it is, because like even the worst Hammer movie is watchable.
Yeah.
The Damned from 1963, we gave that 1.25 hammers. And I'm pretty sure that ain't the lowest. It's like the next to lowest, other than that one random one, like Don't Take Candy from a Stranger, that we didn't rate.
Oh, yeah, because of...
Yeah, because that's just a
subject matter.
Yeah, messed up subject.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you think? Smoke, we'll let you go first. What do you think is the worst of the worst on this list? What's the worst thing?
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
It's bad.
This is hard to...
Go listen to all of our episodes. These movies sucked. Every single one. Bled us dry.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is that Grindhouse. What was it? Curse of the World? Curse of the Sasquatch? Or Curse of the Bigfoot? Or whatever?
Curse of Bigfoot.
Curse of Bigfoot?
Bigfoot
an absolute chore to sit
this year.
I mean, there's nothing I can think of redeemable about that movie right now. I mean, it's very forgettable. I've already pretty much forgotten most of any plot that was going on with it.
John, what do you think? Your gut reaction, what do you think's the worst?
Mine's kind of in between Boggy Creek and the 2010 and Black Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take mine back. I'm gonna give it to to a more modern film. I will at least give Curse of Bigfoot the fact that it was made in the 70s.
I understand what you're saying, but you can't forgive that piece of crap.
No.
That.
But I'll tell you this: I would watch that again before I would watch the 2019 Black Christmas or the other one that we were just talking about that is also instantly forgettable. What was it?
I said you.
What was the other one?
Oh, Bobby Creek.
Yeah. Either one of those. I would definitely watch Curse of Bigfoot before either of those two again. So yeah, I think I'm going to change mine to. I'm going to change it to Black Christmas 2019. The worst.
So what did you say, Tiana? Did you say Black Christmas, or was it?
Yeah, I said Boggy Creek Black Christmas, but yeah, Black Christmas.
Donnie, did you watch enough of this to have a cast a vote?
I can cast a vote right now.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I didn't watch enough of this.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
It's Christmas Cruelty. It was it was always going to be the worst movie in my eyes. Even though I did miss half of this shit.
No, you didn't miss anything. Boy, this is tough. I hate all these movies. I mean, except for the Damned. I know that's the lowest Hammer, but it's not great. But I'd watch that again.
Yeah.
All the rest of these, no. Well, Cry Wilderness, I've seen that, but that's only because of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I've seen that more than once.
Yeah.
What did y'all say? Black Christmas?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, man. Boggy Creek. Screw that movie. There's nothing good about that. People have long conversations out on a porch in the rain, and you can't hear what they're saying. And it's like a 5-minute scene.
Yep.
Not that you care to hear what they're saying, but stuff like that. Like, that's the only thing I remember from the movie. What a horrible ending. Just the acting sucked. Just everything about it. I don't know. I guess so. That kind of splits the vote. So I guess we'll give it to Black Christmas. Is that what y'all said?
Yeah, that's what Tiana said.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to argue too hard. That movie sucked. So we'll go with that. Black Christmas for 2019. My biggest beef with that one is that it just crapped all over the original. You know, like it took what was good about that and then like just drained it dry.
How can we make this the worst possible remake? Let's do that.
It's not even a remake. It has nothing to do with Black Christmas.
No.
Let's face it. Nothing to do. With
I mean, it's even worse. What's worse than a remake is a movie that just takes the original idea and just, the reimagining, I guess is what they call those, right?
Yeah.
All right, last category. It's a big one. Best movie. Now, this one might be equally as hard to figure out. This one, I think we had 12 nominees this time. You see them all there on the screen. We've got The Silence of the Lambs, which won the best older movie, right? 5 stars. Scarface, which 5 stars, won the best cult corner for spooky. Revenge of the Ninja, 5 cannonballs. That won the best cannon fodder. Spooky. Pieces, 5 cleavers, and 36 Chamber of Shaolin. I guess we kind of have to eliminate that one since, Smoke, you picked Pieces as the top Grindhouse Gutter, right? So we kind of eliminate 36 Chamber. Psycho, masterpiece, right? 4.9 stars. Blade Runner, another awesome movie we did on Cold Corner. If it weren't for Scarface, if it weren't for Scarface, Blade Runner would have won that best Cold Corner, I think. Gremlins, 4.6 stars. The Birds, another classic. Alfred Hitchcock. 2 Alfred Hitchcock movies on this list. 4.06 stars. The Brain. It's like one of these things aren't like the other. But it's the highest rated Video Vortex movie. It won the Video Vortex Award. So The Brain from 1988 with a Vortex rating of 8. And we all said the Gorgon. It was between the Gorgon and the Nanny. So we kind of eliminate the Nanny and go with the Gorgon there. So, Smoke, what do you think out of those, man? What's the best movie that we watched this past year? It's a tough one. I think this might be tougher than worse because
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 or 4 definitively bad movies, but these are all great movies.
Yeah, and the worst ones are kind of like, we just kind of had to whittle it down to one, but none of those anybody would really want to watch again at all. It's just varying degrees of shit.
Varying degrees of suckitude.
But now this one, God, I mean, and they're all, because of all y'all are different categories, many of them are vastly different to each other. Like you're judging Pieces against Scarface. Which one is a better movie? Well, obviously Scarface is better made and all that stuff, but which one is, do you feel like watching at this moment in time kind of thing? So it's I still have to go with, what was the category? Well, yeah, it was Blade Runner. That what I'm thinking of is between, now I'm judging these by, I don't know what criteria I'm judging these by. Because if I'm judging by just like, just overall, I guess, which is gonna
when you mix them all together like this.
Yeah. Because like I said, you've got The Brain and Pieces going against Scarface and Blade Runner. What do you are you looking for something really actually good, or are you looking for something entertaining and fun?
Yeah. Only here on the Spook Show do you get these kind of choices.
Yeah, these are dilemmas you have to like mull over in your head for a minute.
Yeah. Do I go with the Gorgon or the Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna give it to Blade Runner for me personally.
All right.
I mean, even though it's kind of a toss-up between that, I was going between that and Scarface as far as, and I'm kind of giving the edge to movies that are, I guess, more, because I love Pieces to death. I love that movie. But I'm just kind of going, I guess, in a direction that's, the better made film, I guess. I'm going to go with the Blade Runner.
All right, Tiana, what do you think?
Pieces.
Oh, wow. No hesitation.
No.
Pieces.
I can watch that movie over and over again. That's actually my favorite slasher.
Man, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Scarface. Because out of all those movies, and there's some great movies on this list, that's one that, like, even if it's just, if I just randomly flip it past HBO or something and it's on, I'm probably going to watch it. And that's saying a lot with, like, Psycho, The Birds, Silence of the Lambs, and they're all great movies. But I got to go Scarface. So, Donnie, we'll let you be the deciding factor here. What do you say?
So, yeah, I'm actually going to, I'm going to agree with Smoke. I'm going to say Blade Runner. I hate I missed that episode. But I missed that episode.
Actually, Tiana missed it too. She didn't get to see that. Do that one.
Yeah.
It's keeping up with tradition, Donnie, of you missing out on.
You know what?
The Monster Squad.
I would say I'm more upset that I missed out on the Monster Squad than I am Blade Runner.
Monster Squad.
And then, like, what was the movie you had me do? Conjuring 2.
The Conjuring 2, I think, is the one.
Yeah, it was the one right after.
Yeah, well, that was like your first trial run
That
episode.
was the
I think
spot.
the first actual, like, you're on the show was the Crawlers, right?
It was Crawlers. It
Into
was
the Dark
episode
Crawlers.
55. And I was just like, really?
Yeah.
And I think, like,
I'm surprised that wasn't just a one and done. Like, all right, I'm done. This is it.
Yeah. You know what? I thought about joining.
No,
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this so much. Well, there you go. I guess that by default, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So it's not the high. See, that's why we debate these things and talk about them, because it's not. If you look at that list, you're like, well, that's not the highest one. No, but 2 out of 4. I'm not going to argue. I love Blade Runner. I mean, like, it was very close. It was very close between most of these movies. I mean, you're only talking about the difference of, like, what is that? 4.8 next to 5.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody rated it a little lower. Who was it? Wait a minute. Let me go back here. Now we need to know who to point the finger at. Oh, it was me. Everybody gave it 5 except me. I gave it 4.5. See, I screwed the pooch.
Which one was that?
Blade Runner.
Oh, Blade Runner.
Well, that's a nice little segue into what we're going to do for the 7th anniversary show, right? Because on the 7th anniversary, every year on our anniversary, which is on Halloween, we re-rate the movies if we want to.
Yeah.
So this is your chance. Now, if I want to raise Blade Runner, which I might, you never know. This is the chance you get, and then they're locked forever. Whatever we re-rate them to, up or down, on the anniversary show, they're locked forever. So that's your chance. Donnie, you'll have a chance to rate a few movies that you weren't there for, and you have a chance to re-rate some stuff.
Yeah,
rethink Gremlins, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Plus, if I want to watch something, like, I'm not going back and watching it.
Well, you can go back and watch Boggy Creek.
I'm not doing that.
God, there's
lock
plenty.
that shit forever.
There's plenty. Lock it in with a NA, a 0. Just lock it in.
Lock it down. No.
Well, there you see the various things that we do here in the Spook Show world: Cult Corner, Cannon Fodder, all the horror that you can handle. Grindhouse Gutter here on YouTube, Video Vortex, Hammer Horror in Order. So lots that happens here on the Spook Show. So we thank you for joining us for the 5th annual Spook Show Awards. Donnie, it was nice to have you back. Hopefully, you'll be joining us more regularly moving forward. Now that we've got the Sasquatch out of our system.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just grateful for that.
That you missed it.
That I missed it.
I thought you were going to say grateful for everybody having you back and open arms.
No, I'm just grateful I missed that.
Just that you didn't have to watch Sasquatch.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. You're making the right call there. All right, so there you go. So that's it for this year's Spookies. So we lock the door, put them away, and then get ready for next year. So next year, just as a preview, next year we'll begin where we just left off. So after I think the latest one that we did was Revenge of the Ninja. That was the cutoff for this one. So it will pick up with the Rocky Horror Picture Show next year. So Donnie, you got time to watch it.
Yeah.
Smoke, you have time to watch it again.
Yeah, and 4DX.
Yeah. You know what? They're going to have a 4DX spot. Well, it's the 50th anniversary this year. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did watch.
Ring it up. Something extra special for.
Yeah, let's all do the time warp
What's
over
that?
your nearest. Let's all do the time warp over your nearest Regal and we'll see Rocky Horror. But anyways, yes, that's where it will start next year. So like I said, we got lots of stuff planned for the month of October, leading up to our 7th anniversary on Halloween. So have a great spooky month. Thanks for joining us here for the 5th annual 2025 All-American Spookshow Awards. And go check out aaspookshow.com. Stay here on the YouTube channel. Go check out all these other series we got. And thanks for watching.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.